Guys.
Maybe we can match them.
Why are you standing like this?
Camera shot, guys.
Job portrait. Lights, camera. Action. Welcome to our first YouTube video. I think on YouTube you guys will see a lot more. Oh, thank you so much for doing laundry. I appreciate that, babe. So that means you guys will hear laundry in the background. But anyway, we got a lot of questions coming in, so we want to do like a little Q&A style. Do you want to pick them, or do you want me just to get like...
You go.
Okay. How did we meet?
You always interrupt me for this one anyway, so you can tell.
We worked at a restaurant. It's a very long story, but I'm going to try to kind of give you like the timeline and shortened events by it. I guess to preface, both of us got out of relationships and we were like done with like dating, and we like did not want to like meet anybody else. We both reached a point where we're like, we're just done. We're just done. The shortened version. He was working at a restaurant. I just came back from vacation. I was meeting a client. And I met him at a restaurant, and I thought he was so attractive. And like, I wanted to like, we chatted a little bit, but he didn't like hit on me or anything like that. And so I left, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back a week later. So I came back, same place, same time, 1 week later, and he was there. It's an entire long story, but there's all these like little signs.
We should do a video on how we met.
Yeah, like a story time. If you guys want to see a story time of how we met and all the details, maybe I'll save that for another time. He asked me out on our first date. We went on our first date, and we just like hit it off from there. And it was like meant to be. What were your first impressions of each other? I moved you guys up a little bit. I think this is better.
First, I thought you were beautiful. Probably the most stunning girl I'd ever seen walk through the doors in Conchi. At that bar. Honestly, at any bar, because I used to go to the bars every once in a while with friends just to like play pool or whatever, and I'd never seen anyone that looked like her in Conchi. And then I think the other thing was that she seemed really like mature. I don't know why, but I didn't realize that she was younger than me. I actually, especially the first day, I've told her this, but I thought that she was like 30, 32.
He thought
just
it was
because
old.
she carried herself a certain way. She was dressed all like professional, and she like all glammed up, had like all the jewelry, and she just looked not like someone my age. I remember after the first time she came in, I was closing the restaurant, and I was talking to my boy Kyle, because I was closing the bar, and then he was the only one closing the floor. And I remember talking to him. I was like talking to him about her. I was like, yo, did you see that girl? And obviously he was like, yeah, like, how are you not gonna look at her? She walks into your restaurant. And I was like, bro, she had the hottest voice I think I've ever heard in my life. I don't know why. There was like this slight accent, and it was just her voice. It's very like, I don't know, it stayed in my ears.
My first impression was his eyes. Like, I literally noticed it the first time I came in. I'm like, his eyes are so kind. To the point where I asked him if he had a sister. I'm like, do you have a sister? He's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, you just give me like such soft vibes, but like in such a good way.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I say?
I forget exactly what you said, but it was something along the lines of like, she essentially called me soft.
That's what I just said.
No, but she didn't say it in like a sweet way. Like, I remember my response to her was like, I thought it was like a little bantery, so I was literally like, are you calling me soft? Like, jokingly.
I did call you soft. I thought you were
No,
so
I know,
sweet.
but I meant like, it's like, you calling me soft right now?
When did you tell Matthew about your past, and how did he handle it? I'll just kind of touch on this briefly. So I actually told him on our first date. Whoever doesn't know, I was married before. I was in a really abusive situationship. So I knew it was like a big topic to talk about. And I think our first date was going so good that I'm just like, I'm literally going to rip the Band-Aid and like, I'm just going to ruin it now. Like, I was like, I have to tell you something. And I remember prepping him on our first date. I like kept prepping him. I'm like, I know this is gonna be a heavy topic. I understand this is gonna be really hard to hear. Like, I'm okay.
She talks about it for like 8 minutes, and I'm like sitting here thinking like,
I prepped him
like,
like so long.
I was like, was she in jail? Is she about to tell me that she like used to be a man? Like, all this
He's
stuff.
like so like, he doesn't know what to expect. And I know it was a heavy topic, so I'm like, I know, like, I'm good, I promise, I just have to tell you. So
I was at this stage where I was like, I already kind of went into that first date because we had talked all weekend or whatever.
we like texted
I
back and forth.
had gone in with like this. It's like I was just at that point. We said that we had already kind of given up like meeting somebody
Yeah.
and dating, and like I was just in this headspace of like, there's no way that she's real. Like there's got to be something wrong.
He's like waiting for like a caveat.
And so when she started talking about this, my mind goes running.
Yeah, so he's like, what in the world could it be? So anyway, I like prepped him for it. Listen, I was married before. I was married for 4 years. It was a really like hard time. It was very abusive. It was very traumatic. And I like gave him a lot of the details. I actually think I told you all of the details. I think we spent like a good hour talking about it. And then he like turned around and he's like, okay, well, let me tell you something about us. So about me. And then he told me about his family. We shut down the restaurant. We went to a park. We sat on a bench and we literally talked until the sun came up. I just knew I wanted to tell him like right away. At what moment did you fall in love?
I don't know. I think that's kind of. I don't think you fall in love with someone in a moment. It builds up, and then eventually, like the thought just pops in your head, like, wait, do I love this person?
On our first date, I remember having this like clear thought, being like, this is my last first date. Like there was just so many things that lined up. I like really thought he was the one like right away. After our first date, literally that morning that we talked through, that day he went to Florida and he was gone for 2 weeks, and we talked every single day. And I think because we talked every single day, it made us like fall in love with each other. I think we fell in love with each other when like you went to Florida, and we were just talking, and I think it just like it made us like fall in love with who we are, like our hearts, you know. I think we knew like really early on and fell in
For
love
sure.
like really fast.
For sure. I just don't think it hit me in like a single moment.
Yeah. How fast did you move in together?
So our first day was June. It was like end of August, so 2 months in. There wasn't. I think there might have been 2 or 3 nights where we had not seen each other between the day I got back from Florida and the time we moved in. And when I say we, like I saw her every day.
I
There
would
were
say
3
we're
nights where I didn't end
inseparable.
up falling asleep on the couch here.
Yeah.
Vice
I would
versa.
say we've been inseparable since we met. I think like after we met that second time and he hit on me and he like gave me his number and then he texted me the next day, we talked like every single day. After our first date, we like talked on the phone every single day. And then when he came back home, we were together like every single day. So I feel like we've always been like inseparable, and he was here all the time. Like I have my own place, he had his own place. But anyway, this was more centered, so we were just spending a lot of time here. I like to say right away. I like to say we moved in. We've been inseparable literally ever since. How do we split house chores?
We don't really have like a split other than like she is like the cooker. She's like the cook. I'll cook for her every once in a while. I'm just not a great cook. Anytime I would cook for myself would be like rice and chicken, steak and potatoes, just simple things. So I never really like experimented with anything crazy. I can make like good Brussels sprouts, good buffalo cauliflower, maybe like a wedge salad. But other than that, I don't cook. Anyway, I digress. She is primarily like the cook, and then we kind of share everything else. I feel like I probably do laundry maybe a little bit more. Maybe not the last 2 weeks because I've been so busy. But I think
it depends on your
more
work.
laundry.
I think it depends. I think it's more of like, depending on how busy we are, we kind of divide and conquer. So like if he's busier at work, I'll do more house things. If he's not as busy at work, or if he has more time, or if I'm busy, he'll do more. Or like there's days where like I'm just not feeling good, you know, like time of month or whatever, and I'm just like out, he'll do like a lot of it. So I just feel like we divide and conquer. Like it just depends.
We don't have like a chore list.
Flows. Yeah, kind of like share it. Did you guys ever get the ick from each other? No.
Never.
Was it hard to get over your significant other having prior relationships, marriage?
I'll just say, I'm not going to say hard to get over, but I'll say that generally speaking, there's a reason why God calls us to wait. It's because it's always going to cause, it's going to hurt you having to go through relationships and get out of relationships like perpetually. Not only is that not good for your heart and your soul and your spirit, it also creates stress and issues with whoever you do end up settling down with. So there's absolutely a reason why God calls us to wait. It was not hard for me to get over the fact that she was married before, just because it wasn't I don't know, it was just like, if anything, I felt more like bad for her, of her situation. Like, I don't know, I was empathetic towards her position, but I didn't look at her as like damaged good. It's not like she did anything to deserve getting treated that way. I mean, no one ever does, but like the divorce wasn't her fault, so to speak. I don't know.
I don't think, I think to add on to that, like obviously I know he had prior relationships. It's not that it was hard to get over, but I think we spent a lot of time. I think we spent a couple weeks talking about our past with each other. Like he shared everything with me, I shared everything with him. Like we just like really like went through and just like kind of talked to it, which it wasn't more of out of a place of like anger. I actually think it was out of a place of like understanding one another. Like we've both been hurt in previous relationships, and it's just like understanding kind of like the background of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just like later helped us pick up like, hey, if this or this triggers me, it's because of XYZ or whatever. So, but I don't think it made me feel like it was hard for me to get over it. I don't really care. I wasn't like threatened by your previous relationships. Did you and Matthew have any spiritual moments that confirmed our love for each other / like that we should belong together?
I was in a point where I was waiting for God to send me the person that he wanted me to be with, and I had like kind of officially given that to God. I told myself, and I had this like pact with God, like I'm not gonna date anyone who like isn't from you, and I'll know they're from you because it'll hit me when I least expect it, and they're gonna be in line with my belief system. So when I found out that she was a Christian that night, that was like a big like bang. And then she went to the same church that I had literally stopped going to 4 months before that. And it's not because I didn't like the church, for the record.
Later we found out that there was a lot of overlap in timing. Like it was perfect timing, which we found out later.
Right. Just all those things.
I think a couple more. Can I like bullet point list?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bullet point a couple more. Basically, we saw God in a lot of it. Like little bullet point list. He just like cut his hair. He like shaved his head, and he's like, I'm like, he just did not want to be like attractive to girls anymore. His hair grew back like literally right before I met him, which I don't really care, but I think it was just more of like perfect timing thing. His mom had a dream and bought like shoes or something, because she had a dream that we were gonna get married like this next upcoming year. Like she like had a really strong feeling. I think my brother also, when he met him, he was like, yeah, Marina, this guy's from God. Like my dad actually met him. I come from a conservative Slavic Christian background, which we can get into later, but like just even the way that my parents met him, a American guy with tattoos. Like tattoos, like there's a lot of like reasons why it should not have went so smoothly, but everything went smoothly. So I would say that we saw God basically in everything. How many kids do we want? 3 to 4. We want a big family. Do you have any siblings?
I have an older sister.
He has an older sister. She just had a baby. They live in Florida. She's married. I have 4 brothers. One of them is married, lives in Washington. The other 4 are all single. 3. I'm 1 out of 5. He's 1 out of 2. Will our children learn Russian?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in the process of
He knows Russian. He knows a lot, actually.
I know words.
He has a lot of good ones.
Ruski.
Amerikanец.
I always want to say Amerikanец.
Amerikanец.
Иди сюда. Дякую, which is Ukrainian.
Good job.
Спасибо большое. Пожалуйста. Штори. Policja. Machina. Mashina. Puchlinky Malchik. That's funny, actually. I keep wanting to say Puchlinky.
Puchlinky, Ponchik.
Ponchik. Med. Chai.
What about like the cabbage rolls?
Yeah. Holubchiki. I know all the foods. I just need to see them.
And he knows it. Like when he's at my parents' house, I think you're a lot more fast with it. But yes, we want our kids to know Russian. And I think when I'm speaking more, like when I speak more of it, he like hears it. He picks it up really fast. Like if I'm just talking to Russian in somebody or Ukrainian, he like can understand what I'm saying, which is really impressive. Well, you can like choo-choo. You're so cute. 2 last questions. I'm gonna kind of mend these questions together, but how does my family treat you / how is it like blending cultures together?
It's definitely a different culture, but it's a very warm household. Like welcoming. Like her family all like kind of accepted. Well, yeah, they all accepted me like up front. Obviously, once I had gotten through like meeting her the 2 oldest boys, like they kind of gave me the stamp of approval, and then from that moment, like her dad and her mom and the other two brothers, like, they were, I don't know, they just accepted me, welcomed me into their home.
Yeah, they definitely grilled him in the beginning. Like,
Just
I
the two
told him,
brothers.
I'm like, you have to meet my brothers if my brothers don't like you, especially like considering my past and stuff. But yeah, when they met him, they were like, they were like, Marina, who's this next guy that you have us meeting? It was actually the first guy I brought home for them to like meet officially like that. Especially like, it's been like 5 years from my divorce and whatever. So anyway, but when they met him, they were like, who's this guy? We had dinner with my older brother and his wife, and they literally, by the end of the dinner, like, my older brother definitely grilled him, but by the end of the dinner, he was like, yeah, Marina, that's your husband. I don't think Paul said anything to you. He like left abruptly. He like had to go.
He didn't really grill me. He just kind of like
Asked you questions.
He just asked me questions. Like, Vov was very like direct. Like, he
Yeah.
would ask me specific things, but Paul tried to like ask me things more subtly, just to like, he was trying to put me on my toes.
Yeah.
With not even just like questions that he asked, but more like things that he would say. Like, the first thing he said to me was, or not even to me, but around me, was, oh, Marina, like, this guy's cute.
Yeah.
And so like when I came down, like, I was like being a little like, I mean,
Yeah, they were like, they had good banter, which now they're like best friends.
yeah.
But yeah,
My
after
boy.
that, he like left abruptly, and then he ended up sending me a text like 20 minutes later. He's like, I like him. I'm like, okay. So then they told my dad, especially Paul. Paul and my dad are really close. So when they told my dad, like, no, dad, like, we like this guy, like, he's really chill. My dad's like, all right, cool, bring him to our family vacation. We go camping every single year. So we brought him to our family vacation, which, like, again, we can get into this later, but conservative Slavs are like a lot more tight-knit. But we brought him, my dad, like, through this whole entire feast. When he met you, remember, he like did the whole cookout. It was like very big, very grand. He like hugged him, gave him a kiss on the cheek, and he basically accepted him as a son like very early on. Are we moving?
Yes.
Yes. Sooner rather than later. Anyway, guys, it's been fun chatting with you. He has to go to work, so we gotta bounce. Subscribe, follow us along on our like the start of our family and our soon-to-be family vlog. Not soon-to-be. That sounds like I'm pregnant.